The US Congress has had TikTok in their crosshairs for quite some time now, and it seems like they're finally about to pull the trigger and ban it once and for all. And I know losing TikTok would be a devastation on par with the extinction of the dinosaurs, but allow me to explain this to you and break it down so you can understand what's going on. It all kind of pretty much started whenever the US government, as well as a couple other governments, decided to ban TikTok on all government-issued devices, and then that naturally snowballed into them trying to ban it for every US citizen so that nobody could access the app and nobody could download it. All under the claim that TikTok was pretty much being like Santa Claus. It knows when you're sleeping, it knows when you're awake, and it's selling your private data to the Chinese Communist Party. And they've actually brought the TikTok CEO, Xiaozi Chu, to testify before a House committee during a congressional hearing to just state his case and be like, oh, please don't ban TikTok. I want to keep making a lot of money. And surprisingly, he isn't coming off as the bad guy in this situation. As well as it seems like everybody else on the internet, is on his side. Because these Congress people are so out of touch with modern reality, they probably have to get their grandkids to help them open up a laptop. And there is no way they know anything about TikTok, so how are they supposed to deal with something they know nothing about? But now let's go ahead and get into the congressional hearing, and it starts off with the TikTok CEO giving his 4 commitments that TikTok is going to implement and continue to do to help make TikTok not look like this villainous corporation how the US government is trying to portray them.
I'm making the following commitments to you and to all our users. Number 1, we will keep safety, particularly for teenagers, as a top priority for us. Number 2, we will firewall protected US data from unwanted foreign access. Number 3, TikTok will remain a place for free expression and will not be manipulated by any government. And 4th, we will be transparent and we will give access to third-party independent monitors to remain accountable for our commitments.
But of course, since the US government is full of geriatrics and people who don't understand anything about the modern world, this thing just turned out to be an embarrassment and honestly, pretty sad. A pretty sad representation of the United States people.
So if I have a TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
You will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you could answer that.
There's just no way this is the best representation for the American people in this situation, especially when this involves social media and the internet, 2 concepts that seem as foreign to these people as fire was to cavemen. It's just baffling how dumb the questions they ask were. And on top of them asking bad questions, the amount of leading questions and yes or no questions they tried to ask the TikTok CEO were so horrible. They would try to lead him into this like breadcrumb trail to a box with a stick in it to try to trap him with these questions that just weren't worth answering. And when he tried to avoid them and not answer yes or no, they would act like he was trying to dodge the question when it was just a stupid question in the first place. One of the questions they asked him, this is a real question from this hearing. They said, does TikTok support genocide? Yes or no?
TikTok support genocide? Does TikTok?
No.
Okay, thank you.
And this one congresswoman from Florida even brought out like the middle school presentation board for like the state science fair. She had these boards she was flipping through, and then she even brought up a TikTok as an example. And this TikTok, man, oh, you gotta watch.
Mr. Show, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen for a short video, if you don't mind. That video was posted 41 days ago. As you can see, it is captioned me as F at the House Energy and Commerce Committee on March 23rd of this year. This video was posted before this hearing was publicly noticed. I think that's a very interesting point to raise.
So they're using that as an example to be like a gotcha kind of moment and say that like the community guidelines and stuff are a bunch of hogwash. They're a bunch of baloney. They're not enforced. But I gotta say, I gotta point this out. The account this was posted by, their name is literally Funny R3T4RD user. I just got a feeling that with a name like that, the only thing they're going to be a threat to is a buffet.
And with that, I yield back.
Can I respond, Chair?
No, we're going to move on.
And I just think it's so funny there at the end. He says, "Can I respond?" And the chairwoman goes, "We're going to move on." And now we're at Mr. Carter, which is absolutely my favorite part of this congressional hearing because of this poster that he has behind him that I doubt he built himself, but I like to imagine this goofy goober did it himself. With the caution tape, it says deadly TikTok challenges, and it's got like, of course, the challenges like the blackout challenge, I think that's what that is, some child vaping, and then the trend where they encourage people to like steal cars as a challenge, which is crazy, absolutely dumb. But let's listen to Mr. Carter.
And you know, research has shown that TikTok is the most addictive platform out there. And the reason for that, as we've been told, is because it has the most advanced algorithm. And the Chinese Communist Party knows this, and I don't speak for everyone, but there are those on this committee, including myself, who believe that the Chinese Communist Party is engaged in psychological warfare through TikTok to deliberately influence U.S. children.
So he also brings out this little conspiracy. Man, I love this guy. He's just sillier and sillier with every word that comes out of his mouth. He thinks that the TikTok algorithm is so advanced and developed by the Chinese Communist Party to implement it on TikTok and put it and make it popular in the United States to brainwash the United States children, make them dumb, make them do these dumb challenges, all to make them look better and make the United States weaker and have a less bright future so they can become the #1 superpower. I like your thinking.
You know, you see behind me, if you look behind me, Mr. Crew, you see some of the challenges that we've seen on TikTok. You know about them. You know about the milk crate. You know about the blackout challenge. You know about the NyQuil chicken challenge, the Benadryl challenge, the Dragon's Breath liquid nitrogen trend, or the challenge that promotes car theft. I want to ask you, as I understand it, there's a sister app in China, Douyin. I'm sorry if I'm butchering the pronunciation. Do they have these same things over there?
Why can't you just understand that maybe people in the United States are just dumb? Maybe that's the case. Maybe they're just stupid. Maybe we're all stupid. Because we are. We're dumb. Clout is one of the most addictive substances in the world, and doing these challenges gets you clout. So people are going to do it. Dumb people do it. They do anything for clout, and that's just natural selection. Let it happen. It's sad if they die, but they kind of did it to themselves. Let nature take its course. You don't interrupt.
Why is it that TikTok consistently fails to identify and moderate these kinds of harmful videos?
You're not going to stop dumb people from doing dumb things. If they see something that's dumb and they want to do it, they're going to do it because they're dumb. It's the dumb equation. It doesn't make sense, but it happens. You can't stop stupidity. He's talking about this like stupid challenges didn't exist before TikTok. Like TikTok invented these harmful, life-threatening challenges. When before TikTok ever existed, we had things like the Tide Pod challenge or even the choking challenge that were causing death before TikTok was even thought about being created. So this isn't obviously a TikTok issue. It's a humanity issue. People are dumb, dude. You just got to accept it.
I want to talk about biometric matrix, and I want to talk specifically, can you tell me right now, can you say with 100% certainty that TikTok does not use the phone's camera to determine whether the content that elicits a pupil dilation should be amplified by the algorithm? Can you tell me that?
We do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users. We do not.
You don't?
No. The only face data that you get, that we collect, is when you use the filters to have, say, sunglasses on your face. We need to know where your eyes are. And
why do you need to know what the eyes are if you're not seeing if they're dilated?
And that data is stored on your local device and deleted after use if you use it for facial. Again, we do not collect body, face, or voice data to identify our users.
You see how dumb this is? Like, the dude, he doesn't even probably know what a filter is. He thinks he has this thing in his head that they're using pupil dilation from your phone camera while you're watching TikToks to understand what kind of videos you like. Do you hear yourself speaking, sir? This isn't a sci-fi movie. They're not getting biometric readings and seeing your pupils dilate when you watch a video that you like. That sounds stupid. Like, what world are you living in, man? You can even see the people behind him. There's just confusion on their faces. They're like, why is this dude allowed to make decisions for the US people? Because he shouldn't be. He doesn't understand simple concepts of algorithms. It's so much more believable to think that if you like something, if you comment on something, if you watch it for a longer time and interact with it, that you're going to get suggested more videos that are similar, rather than reading biometric signs and looking at your pupils to see if they dilate if you like a video. That might be just one of the goofiest things I've ever heard.
I find that hard to believe. It's our understanding that they're looking at the eyes. How do you determine what age they are then?
We rely on age gating as our key age assurance.
Age
gating, which is when you ask the user what age they are. We have also developed some tools where we look at their public profile to go through the videos that they post to see whether...
Well, that's creepy. Tell me more about that.
It's public. So if you post a video, you choose that video to go public, that's how you get people to see your video. We look at those to see if it matches up the age that you talked about.
There's no way that this dude, as well as every other person on this congressional panel, hasn't fell victim to an internet scam before. If they've even been able to access the internet. It's hard to believe they even know how to use a laptop. I don't understand how you can be so out of touch. It's baffling, really. I don't have any words. I think this is just a good wake-up call that we need some younger people in the U.S. government for sure. Someone that at least understands how the internet works a little bit. I think we need to start screening these people before they get on like cases like this that involve social media or the internet. At least make them see if they know how to change the input on a TV. Maybe see if they know how to lock an image on Instagram or lock a TikTok, or even if they know what TikTok is. And then maybe that's a good way to weed out some people that just have no idea what's going on. But now we're going to look at one more goofball who peaked about 60 years ago, and then we're going to call it quits.
Does TikTok support good? I mean, is TikTok a platform for good? Just yes or no?
I believe yes.
Okay. Does TikTok support freedom of speech?
Yes, it's one of the commitments I've given this committee.
Do you personally support the First Amendment?
Congressman, I'm here to talk about
As the CEO of TikTok?
I'm here to talk about TikTok.
As the CEO of TikTok, do you support
TikTok supports freedom of speech.
Thank you.
That's the way the whole thing has been going. They just ask him these weird questions, these weird yes or no things, trying to box him up. I don't understand. It's just so... It's one of the worst things I've ever seen, honestly. It's just... They're so out of touch and just terrible. It's a horrible 5 hours, man.
Again, Congressman, I'm here to talk about TikTok.
Does TikTok support genocide? Does TikTok?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but I'm here to talk about
reclaiming my time.
Does TikTok support genocide? Does TikTok support genocide? Does TikTok... I obviously knew that a majority of the people in the U.S. government are just old, white geriatrics that deserve to be in nursing homes rather than in their congressional seats. But this right here really just shines a lot upon how clueless they are when it comes to actual modern issues. It's baffling. These people probably still use those rotary phones and refuse to use smartphones because they're evil and they contain the devil in them or something. You gotta at least know what TikTok is and what's going on, how to function, how to use TikTok if you're going to argue against banning TikTok. Like I said, I don't care if the platform gets banned or not, but you just made yourself look like a bunch of Neanderthals. It genuinely feels like they just threw an iPhone back to a bunch of cavemen and now they're watching them react to it and argue why it should be banned. It just none of it made sense. There was not one good argument against the TikTok CEO, which made him come out victorious. But we're going to have to see. I think April 6th they're going to reconvene or something. It's going to be a little bit before we get their final verdict. I don't know if TikTok's going to get banned or not. Like I said, I don't really care. But this was just a poor example of, arguing for TikTok's ban for sure. These old people don't know what's going on. And they don't even have Alzheimer's yet.